we're so happy to have you guys on to talk about this movie. This movie is crazy. It's so wild, and you're just going, what in the world? Right from the start. And so, this has got to be something that's so much fun to unveil to the unsuspecting audience, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I think you nailed it. Like it's, we made this film because we wanted it to be fun, but also it's one of those lean-ins. As soon as the picture starts, it's like slapping you in the face, doesn't let you go until the end, where, hopefully, the audience goes, oh, it's all come together. And now it's actually just this wonderful story about these people who actually feel very real in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And of course, Lou, you've been on a whole bunch of sets. Not all of them are fun, but this one actually looked like it was pretty fun, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's when you have a character like this, I mean, he just jumps off the page, I mean, like James said, he jumped off the page and slapped me around a little bit, and and he dragged me into this. And it was a joy. It's a joy to go to work every day. I mean, as you said, there are other roles that are fun in their own way, but that require a lot of angst and a lot of research and a lot of, really, really getting into it. And I knew this one was just going to be a carnival ride.
Yeah, you just put on the boots and the hat, and all right, here we go.
And there you go, partner. You know what I'm saying? Just start, holding them and folding them.
Yeah. Oh, well, as the Texan, we can definitely appreciate that.
Exactly. I mean, that's my dad's voice, basically. My dad still lived down in, Corpus Christi, Texas, and said, "Hey, son, come down and go fishing." So a lot of those, a lot of that rhythm, a lot of those asides. James was kind enough to let me put a little embellishment on the lines here and there, and he felt real to me, so hopefully he feels real to the audience.
Yeah, that's cool. And so for both of you, what was a day or scene or time where you're just kind of looking around going, "Oh, I'm always going to remember this. This is a fun day."
Oh, gosh. I mean, to be honest, every day was like that, but
Mhm.
there's a photo which I should send you, Lou, of it's me, Lou, and our wonderful wardrobe person, Iwana, standing in the desert between
Mhm.
takes and the sun is setting. And I don't know if you remember that moment, but we were just in between setups. And that was probably the most fun and magical because I looked around at this army of, wonderful cast and crew and Lou Diamond Phillips in full cowboy outfit beside me. And I'm like, I'm on another planet here. This is the most amazing thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was beautiful, and obviously we shot in amazing locations. And the one thing that really sticks with me and to me is an indicator, and was an indicator of the character and integrity of not only James but his entire production, is that we shot on native land, on indigenous
Mhm.
land. And the first morning we got there, the tribe was invited out and welcomed, and we all got to meet each other and did a quick blessing ceremony. And I thought, all right, these guys, their heart's in the right place.
Good. I love that. Well, of course, I was watching this going, yeah, this reminds me of the movies I grew up watching in the 80s, and it's so much fun. And people look up to that and they think, this is what I want to do. I want to make fun movies and tell fun stories. And so what advice would each of you give to somebody that wants to follow in your footsteps and go in this crazy business?
I would say you have to be honest.
Yeah.
You just have to be honest about who you are and what your voice is. And it's always going to be constantly evolving. But I think as long as you stick by your values and what your voice is, and it really does come down to hard work, and there's luck involved, of course. But I think if you're true to yourself and you find good, like-minded people, I think you can do it. Anything's possible.
Mhm.
And I would say, I mean, just watching, how James worked and what he's accomplished. I think what he said about hard work is very important, because so many people, oh, I want to be an actor, oh, I want to be a writer, I want to, you don't accomplish that without putting in the work. It is a job. It is an art, and it is a craft, and you have to practice it, and you have to get better at it, and you have to continue. It's not a choice. People don't get in this business as hobbyists, and if they do, they don't last long. So you have to love it, and you have to you have to get your hands dirty. And I've been doing this for 40 years. It's a lifelong commitment. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't come to you. You have to go get. You continually have to go after it.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah.
My co-host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys. Caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall
Hey.
of Fame. We love them, and we love to ask people their Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career you just had to go for it and it worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for each of you?
Oh, I know exactly what it was for me.
Yeah,
I had auditioned for La Bamba in Dallas, Texas.
yeah.
It was a national talent search. I didn't even know when I went in what it was, and then realized very quickly what a massive opportunity this was. 2 weeks later, I had actually landed a TV movie with Dabney Coleman, who ended up becoming a friend in the long run. And that job was going to, it was a TV movie. It was a few days on it, but it would have paid my rent. And I had a choice: take the TV movie or fly to LA at the exact same time, and continue to audition for La Bamba, which was not a done deal at that time. So yeah, I said I have to turn down the TV movie and go for the touchdown.
Yeah, wow, and you did it.
Wow.
You know that story, James?
I did not know that story. That's a
Yeah,
wonderful story. That's
yeah.
incredible.
Wow. How about yours?
Wow. Well, I would say making the film Bulletproof, which was the
Yeah.
film just prior to Get Fast. I mean, I was at a crossroads about, whether I wanted to step forward and make my directorial debut.
Mhm.
And, some people were yay and some people were nay. And what I did is I went out on my own dime and on my own time, and I shot the opening of that movie. So that was shot as basically the calling card for what I could do as a director. And that's what ultimately got the film made and landed the deal. And then now I'm here making Get Fast, and everything's on this trajectory. And I think if I hadn't done that, my life would be completely different.
Yeah, love that. And of course, part of that is that success mindset that you have to have, whether or not you're feeling it or not.
Yeah.
And on these independent films, sometimes it's hard. The days are long, and you have to do extra things. So, what is it that on this set that both of you kept in mind that kind of kept you on the right path, or usually do?
Oh, I would say for me, it was survival.
Yeah.
It was definitely survival. We had limited time to shoot this film. And so we had to be incredibly prepared. And like Lou says, like the homework was very extensive. But then when we were on set, it took in a tremendous amount of energy to remain laser focused, especially, wearing both hats, like acting, directing. And so I think the big thing is just keeping it moving and having really good crew and really good actors where we could rely on, doing 2 or 3 takes, knowing that we had it and moving on. Because I think if people really knew some of the days that we pulled off, they would be absolutely like amazed. They'd be like, okay, that's impossible. Because it was nuts.
Yeah. How about for you, Lou?
Oh, it's the same thing. You know the assignment. I say this to you, and I'm directing a lot for television these days
Yeah.
as well. So it's like, you want an actor who shows up who's going to be a part of the solution, not part of the problem, and who also understands it's not all about you, man. I mean, especially if you're playing a supporting role or whatever else, it's like you were there. You're there to serve the story. You're there to serve the piece, and hold up your end, man. Be part of the team. And for me, that's how I came into the gig, and hopefully, was able to deliver that for James.
Well,
Good, good.
you absolutely did, and I well said. One more thing I want to add to
Yeah.
what you just said, Lou, is you're constantly problem solving because it's not a final result. I mean, that's the biggest thing I've learned is that acting or art in general, it's a constant evolution, and you're really only stopping in the most interesting place that you have time to stop in, and then you kind of let it kind of take on its own life. So I think as soon as you think that you've got it or you stop trying to work through it, it's a kiss of death, at least for me anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And then of course, after this, I can't wait to see what both of you have coming up next. What do we have to look forward to from both of you? Oh,
Look at that. This book,
what?
The Tinderbox Underground Movement, comes out November 19th. It's a sequel to this one, which got reviewed so well and sold so well that I had to do this. It's a collaboration with my wife. Look it up. They're available on Amazon and barnesandnoble.com. And I have a film coming out December 6th with Frank Grillo called Werewolves. Guess what it's about? And
Yes.
all those gamers out there, by the way, I saw this in the movie. I'm in the next Call of Duty. I'm in Black
All
Ops
right.
6.
That's
So,
right. I heard about that. I didn't know
yeah.
you were in Werewolves with Frank.
I am.
Yeah.
That's
Frank is great.
awesome.
I'm the head of the CDC. I'm the one trying to solve the werewolf pandemic.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. I had the privilege to meet Frank, I think 1.5 years ago. Really nice guy. He's tremendous. Love Frank Grillo.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And he likes this movie, and he doesn't like everything.
No,
All
that's
right.
true.
And James, what you got coming for
Well,
us?
I've got a lot of stuff in the hopper. I mean, depending on how things go in the next couple of weeks, there is, a Get Faster or a Get Fast 2 in the
Yeah.
works, which I can't, 100% unveil. And then I also have a new action film that we're just in early stages of putting together, which is a new kind of, storyline or trilogy, film noir action movie. And then I also have another kind of like space sci-fi chase film that we're going to go into production on probably next year in the summer, which I can't say what it is yet, which is killing me. But
Yeah.
that's so it's going to be a busy year next year.
That means it's good. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you guys both so much for being with us and for continuing to give us fun art. And Lou, we're definitely going to pick up that book and look forward to talking to you guys very, very soon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Okay,
Thanks,
bye-bye.
Paul.